Hello everyone, in this demo we are going to showcase UiPath's capability to achieve end-to-end agentic process automation. Agentic process automation is basically the capability to work with multiple components together in sync. For example, in this case, we have multiple bots, multiple agents, UiPath action apps, and integration services working in sync with each other in order to achieve process automation. Now, we are taking the example of a loan application process wherein we are going to send and receive the request over mail for a loan application. Showcase you, we have a draft mail which basically contains information in natural language about the loan amount, application details, monthly tenure, monthly income, and all of that information. Now, before I go ahead and start this process, let me tell you what an agent is and how it works. So, an agent works on the principle of calling an LLM model in the backend if you supply the right information to it. So, in this case, you can see a user prompt for assessing the loan application. In the user prompt, you will basically outline the details of what you want to achieve through this agent, like analyzing the loan application details, considering the credit score, reviewing the documents submitted by borrowers. For example, it could be income proofs, salary slips, bank statements, right? And also calculating additional loan details like loan amount, interest rate, monthly EMI, and all of that. Then you have something called user prompt. So in the user prompt, basically it accepts inputs to the agent, and then it has a tool as well, which has bot supplied to it. So when we talk about the tool, basically it could be anything. It could be a bot, it could be another agent, it could be an integration service. So the tool which basically acts as a data enabler for an agent to access the data and perform actions on top of it. And then you have something called context. Basically, context outlines or it provides the guidelines for an agent to act upon. So for example, in this case, I have provided an underwriter review guidelines, which basically contains the information on how an agent should respond in case a request is received and what all parameter needs to be looked upon. For example, in this case, we have loan application details, credit score, payslip, bank statement, and then it should also highlight what should be the output type in terms of document analysis, evaluating the loan, evaluating the credit score, and whether the loan is approved or rejected, right? So it will basically provide you with all the reasoning of why the loan is approved or rejected and also the evaluation criteria. Now, going back to the process, I will run the process step by step and tell you what each component is doing. So first we have an integration service that is being called upon to identify the Gmail request over the mail. Once it identifies the request, it will check the intent of the mail, whether it's actually a loan application or not. If it is a loan application, then it will extract the details from the request, right? So once it performs this action, it will also provide you an output, which you can look upon in the variable section once this particular step is performed. So if I go to the variables here, it's still running the service in the backend, and now it has given me the output. So the output basically contains applicant details, what should be the loan amount, tenure, and all of that. And the next step is we have an agent, which is document review agent, which will basically identify if the documents are complete or not. If yes, then it will proceed further and it will call out a credit score agent. Basically, credit score agent calculates the credit score based on different parameters like income to debt ratio, requested loan amount, type of loan, it could be a personal or education loan, etc., and then tenure as well. So once it evaluates the credit score, we have something called human in loop component. To accommodate human in loop, basically we can receive inputs from the borrower. For example, we can receive inputs such as salary slips or bank statements. So to do that, we need to go back to the action center where these tasks are created. So if you see here, we have two tasks created. One is employment verification details, wherein it is asking for bank statement details for that applicant. Now I'm going to supply that details quickly, and then I will also upload the dummy bank statement file in this case. So as soon as I click on submit, it will basically store this file in the storage bucket, which can later be used to identify the further details from the statements. Similar to this, I have another UI action app in place, which will basically accept salary slip in this particular case. Let me just go ahead and supply that slip. Once I submit, again, it will store the information in the storage bucket, which can be further acted upon by the following components. So once I click on submit here, this part is completed, and then next is we have another bot which is extract verification details. It's nothing but a modern DU project that can identify the contents of the supplied documents. In this case, we have supplied a PDF file as well as a Word document file. So it will read out the details from these files and it will pass on that output to the next step. So if we go ahead and check the output from this particular step, we have here bank statement details and we have salary slip details. All of these information next goes to the underwriting review agent, which is nothing but another agent that will evaluate multiple parameters in order to identify if the loan applicant is eligible for loan or not. In this case, it will evaluate credit score, loan application details, it will evaluate the salary slip, it will evaluate the bank statement as well. And then once it evaluates all of that, it will come up with a decision on whether to approve the loan or not. So if you see here, it has provided the recommendation of approve, and it has also given an explanation. The applicant has a stable monthly income, and then it has a good credit score, and then it has also has a reasonable loan amount request. So it comes up basically with all possible parameters that can help you identify if applicant is eligible or not. And then it has also calculated the loan amount, interest rate applicable, monthly EMI, and what would be the total repayment. So once you have all this information, now next step is connecting to another third party application, which will be able to generate the loan offer for the user and send it back over the mail. So if I go ahead and show you the third party application here, once I run this particular step, it should be able to generate the loan offer. So let me run this step. So it triggers the bot in the backend, and basically it will interact with the third party API app to download this loan offer. So if I go back to the application, maybe refresh it. So it has generated the loan offer with the application ID and the name in a PDF format. And then it will download the offer from this third party app and send it over mail to the end user. So if I go back to my mailbox, I have this mail. Congratulations, your loan application has been approved. Basically, it contains the details of loan related data. And then at the bottom, it also has the downloaded PDF attached to it. So it has all the applicant details and loan details, which can be shared back to the end user. So that is how we can achieve end-to-end process automation. Now there are certain key takeaways from the entire process. First, you have your AI agents, which are capable of making autonomous decisions with the help of right context, prompts, and tool. Next, you have integration service connectors like Gmail or GenAI capabilities to identify the mail, identify the intent of the body, and extract the information without the hassle of document details such as semi-structured or unstructured data. You also have human in the loop action UI apps that can be called out to further consume information from the end users. Then you also have a modern DU bot here in this process, which can extract the details from any kind of documents, be it Word, PDF, or anything. And you also have the capability to connect with the external tools with the help of API integration so that it can consume the API and generate responses through them, which can be further consumed back into the process. Finally, you have UiPath Maestro tool, which is a BPMN tool showcasing its capability to integrate bots, agents, and human in the loop together to achieve end-to-end process automation. So this is all about end-to-end process of loan application scenario. And now if you have any questions, feel free to ask.